Mama. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh Jesus. Oh.
How do you feel?
Alive.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pixelated Nightmares. My name is Pixel, and thank you so much for watching my Jason video the other day, The Conspiracy of Camp Crystal Lake. Appreciate it. I'm getting ready for a stream, but I want to try and get my thoughts out on why it could be alien. And we stream on Friday and Saturday. Friday Night Fright Fest is on YouTube. Saturday Night Live is on YouTube. We'd love to have you guys. We love meeting new people. Check the description for Discord link and a truncated version of the schedule. Yeah, everyone's totally welcome to stop by. So thanks guys, let's get this going real quick, eh? So if it's going to be XENOMORPH, and we call it XENOMORPH, it's not really the name that they gave it to him, but look at this fun little fact. The acquisition of Fox and Alien, the franchise, was March 20th, 2019. So the reason I bring that up is, if you look here, LV426, if you're not familiar with Alien, I'm a huge Alien freak and Predator. I love both. Those are my two favorite 80s things. LV426. 426 is April 26th. Alien Day is April 26th. So maybe they tried to do this last year, and because of the March 20th acquisition, maybe they just got sidetracked. Maybe this was already in the books. Maybe they already had the license going and they had to stop. So anyway, they did say the killer changed the face of horror films. Changed the face of horror films. Folks, that's a face hugger that attaches itself to your yapper and murders you. Now imagine if we could run through Nostromo or through these halls on the ship, because the map would have to be either on the Nostromo or another ship or off planet. Excuse me. I think it would be fantastic to have these little halls to duck into. Who is the ultimate survivor that we can think of? It's her. It's her. She, look at her. She's a survivor. She survived all the movies, basically. She's a badass. Guys, let me show you one thing that makes me believe, at minimum, that the killer, the survivor will be a woman. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, Ashley. That's 11 dudes. Now let's go chicks. 1, 2, 3 for Nancy. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know where I'm going with this, right? 9, 10. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a lady survivor to balance the roster. So at minimum, I think it could be a lady character, which could bring us back to Alice Hardy, which I talked about in my last Jason video. There's a lot of, well, there's not that many lady characters because we have them in here already. We have, you know, Nancy's a nice, strong character from Stranger Things. We have Lori, a badass survivor. We could have this lovely lady with the number 4 on the door. That's Norma Bates. That would be like my dark horse, would be actually Psycho, to have Norman and Norma. Be kind of crazy. You can run around the hotel. I think it would be sensational, actually. Especially if you look at the Bates Motel, the show. The show was fantastic. Ran 5 seasons. I recommend it highly. It's really cool and it's really smart. It ends the way that it's supposed to end, but it's a little bit tricky, and it's really good. It's a smart show, and that hotel that they own would be badass. Now,
oh my god, 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 oh my god. Where's he going? Where's he going?
that's me.
Oh Jesus. Oh
subs
Jesus. Oh Jesus. Fucking.
Yeah. So that was Pixel. My voice was different back then. I had so many ideas back then about how Alien could be used in the future, make better games and everything. That was Alien Isolation. Folks, if you just think about this, the picture I showed you with the hall in the ship, there are lockers in Alien Isolation, the video game. If you've not played it, it's really one of the finest it's pretty much a horror game. It's got a lot of jump scares. Guys, lockers, getting inside lockers, hiding from the alien. Could you, I mean, seriously, come on. It's almost like it's already built into the whole thing. I found it interesting that the Disney buyout of Fox and the properties, of course, there within, happened on March 20th, because last year, on April 26th, or last year in 2019, it was the 40th anniversary. This year, we have the 40th anniversary, but it's of Friday the 13th franchise. So in the last video, I did go a little bit crazy and conspiratorial. But if you go watch it, I mean, if you just think about how crazy it would be, obviously it's not a conspiracy, but I was just making a nice effort to try and wrap in the craziness and make sense of craziness. And that's what we do here at the channel. This is the asylum. Joker's here, baby! So, I mean, I found it interesting because I thought, what if they already had this on the books? You know, what if they had the alien thing going and then it got halted because of the buyout? And what if they wanted to do this real bad? Like, if you go back to the 4 that they show us on the beautiful little image that I have in the beginning of the video, that 4, some people have overlaid, obviously, a Xenomorph's yapper over it, and it does fit quite nicely. In my last video with Jason, I discussed how Pennywise probably won't be it. Not because just there's 2 clowns, but because it's Stephen King and the properties are quite protected by him, which, you know, of course makes sense. Disney, on the other hand, I could see how they want to make some more money, and they would work with this team here, with this developer group, with Behavior and whoever else is in charge of these kind of acquisitions of licenses and all this. It makes a lot of sense that Disney would be much more looser with their properties, believe it or not, than Stephen King. Now, hopefully, you know, we're not going to have Simba in here at some point, but people have talked about little characters, Chucky and so on and so forth. Chucky and the Leprechaun. Someone shouted out in my stream once they want the Leprechaun and all this. I don't know, man. I don't know. I love the speculation. This has been a lot of fun. And we do this during the streams too, and we're gonna do this the next chapter too, because this is a lot of fun. This is fantastic, and I love that no one actually really knows for sure. A lot of people have said it's not Candyman. Well, if it's not Candyman, is it Pennywise? Is it Xenomorph? Xenomorph is, I wouldn't say that. What would you call it? Back burner? It's like it's there in the conversation. People want it. I would love to have it. I would also like to have Predator and Arnold Schwarzenegger as a survivor, but we know that can't happen. And it wouldn't make sense in the game. It doesn't make sense. You know, Schwarzenegger would have a gun or something, and they already have a gun. Developers talked about how they wanted a gun character in the game and most likely be a killer, and they finally got Deathslinger. And again, in the Jason video, I talked about how Deathslinger was Gunslinger originally, and I think Stephen King didn't want to do it, and because he owns the rights to Gunslinger. I don't know. Does he own the word Gunslinger? I don't know. So that's why the Pennywise thing was kind of, for me, like, you know, I don't think so. Plus, we have a clown in here. Plus, you got me, the Joker. There's 3 clowns then. It's crazy. I'm clowning. It's going to become a circus. My streams are already a circus. If you guys haven't been to one of my streams, it's time, because it's really the most fun, entertaining place you can be. There's something for everyone. It's wild. It's inappropriate. There's a lot of people who know what they're talking about, and I don't. And they shout out tips, and they exchange strategies, and it's a lot of fun. And sometimes it gets really hot, and I'll just let you figure out what that means. It gets heated. But it's not anger heated. But guys, I would love to see Alien. I mean, I really would. I think it'd be crazy cool. The problem with it would have to be off planet, and it would, you know, have to be either on the ship, which I think would be amazing. Because if you guys go back and watch that little clip of me playing Alien Isolation, holy crap, it's just beautiful. What other people can we put in? I mean, what else do we have? Norma Bates, that's something we're talking about. Let me check something real quick here. There was another thing. We've talked about The Shining. Well, I haven't, just in passing. The Shining, again, that's not going to happen. The Exorcist was interesting. I tried to think that through. The Exorcist would be like a true, you know, surprise, I think. If it's a zombie of some sorts, I don't think so, because there's not really a licensed zombie out there. People are going far back to Dracula, like the real Dracula, like Bela Lugosi. If you guys haven't seen Bela Lugosi, you got to go watch that. Those films are crazy. I don't know if that's... I mean, it's a licensed property. It's owned by Universal Studios, I think, in the Monsters group. You got Dracula, Frankenstein, all that kind of stuff. You know, that'd be cool. That'd be fine. All we know for sure is that this is licensed property. There is one survivor, which, by the way, they called it a mysterious survivor. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I tried to think about what it could mean. And the killer, or the, I don't know if they said the license or the killer. I mean, it doesn't matter really, but it said to change the face of horror movies. Now, I mean, what are you gonna do? Nicolas Cage and John Travolta gonna face off? Like, what else? What else could it mean? Like, change the face of horror movies? Like, Alien came out in 1979. That was the first time we seen a crazy ass alien running on the screen, you know, screeching. If you look at the 4, there's a little bit of drip to the 4. It's not like a real drip. It's just like elongated. The first time I saw it, I thought it was like a drip. So I was like, oh my god, that actually could be the dripping from the xenomorph's mouth. And so that's why I think the xenomorph or alien license could very well be the one. Like, it could be coming. The alien wouldn't be able. You can't make him 9 feet tall. That'd be something they'd have to obviously structure the alien at a decent height. But I mean, he could be. It'd be menacing as hell. Also, in Alien Isolation, the game. If you look at the alien, because I played it a lot, I streamed it, I played it, made videos on a different channel. When he's so tall that when he's kind of, I don't know, hunched over or whatever, the shape of his legs somehow form that 4. It looks like it's very geometrical because he's very tall. So, I mean, guys, what do you think it is? Go ahead and comment below if you think I'm nuts, if you don't want the alien. People have said, people have told me, like, if it's the alien, I'm done with this game. That's the last thing I want is alien. The last thing. I'm like, really? That's the last. That's gonna bother you that much? I don't know why exactly, but who else do we have? I mean, who else changed the face? I mean, Jason has a mask on. His face was distorted. He was born with it, with a lot of with physical deformities, until he put the mask on, changed his face. A lot of a lot of killers have masks. You know, Bubba has a mask. You know. Is it a cannibal? I mean, you changed the face. I mean, we got Chainsaw Massacre. We already got that. There's a lot of great movies, folks. It's a good year for horror in general, for horror games. Hellraiser's being remade, hopefully well. Nightmare on Elm Street for the 40th anniversary of Friday the 13th. New box set being announced. There's a lot of stuff going on in horror games, folks. A lot of good stuff. If we took Jason property, if we got him, oh my god. If we got him, it's a coup. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. Got Night of the Living Dead. You could always do that. I heard about the nun, but I don't know. Is she terrifying enough? I don't know. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, teabaggers, and even teabaggers, which I love you guys too. Check out this last screen here again, and we're going to let it go. Thanks very much for watching. If you watched the whole thing, I appreciate it more than you know. There's 10 ladies, 11 dudes. So I think at least it's safe to say the next survivor will be a lady. So who else could the lady be? L.S. Hardy for Jason, or Ripley for Alien. Thank you, guys. Check the schedule in Discord. Everyone's welcome. Good night, and good luck.